Hi, I'm Andrea Pettitt with the Pettitt Group, and I'm here with
Emily Shultz with the Pettitt Group.
Yeah, we're going to talk to you today about urban living, urban neighborhoods in Boise, and also just finding the right neighborhood fit, whether you've lived here your whole life or if you're moving here from out of state. I think I grew up in Boise, a little kid running around the North End, and I've lived on the Boise bench for over 20 years now. Emily?
I've been here for almost 5 years. I have almost never stayed anywhere for this long, and in Boise I found absolutely the right fit and a place I can be for a while because of the lifestyle. And I have lived on the Boise bench in a few different places, and now I'm in Northwest Boise, and there are so many great things about both parts of town, and I can really see why my clients love many different places in Boise.
Definitely. And we were talking earlier about this idea, kind of like, if you're watching shows on Netflix and you really love, I don't know, Gilmore Girls and Kimmy Schmidt, Netflix is going to be like, you might also like, and they're going to give you a suggestion. And the reason is because it understands what you already like.
Absolutely. There are places in Boise where if you research it when you're coming in from somewhere else, certain places will pop up and you'll think, oh, I need to live in the North End, or I absolutely need to live in the East End or something. And we might be able to talk with someone and say, yeah, well, if these specific things that you're looking for are really important to you, I know of several other places that you would never find online when you're just looking around.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times when we're talking with clients looking to move here from out of state, we speak with a lot of people moving from California, from Colorado, really all over the country now that Boise's become so popular. And they may have an idea of what urban living looks like in Boise from what they've seen online. And our job is to introduce them to what that really looks like on the ground here and take them and really have them feel out the neighborhoods themselves.
And so urban in Boise is going to be those neighborhoods where it might be really easy to get out and walk to a market or go grab coffee. It's accessible. Your radius is small. That's one of the beautiful things about living in Boise, I think, is that people who are used to really long commutes find themselves easily moving about town, getting to what they need. And there are a lot of neighborhood centers in the valley. So a lot of our neighborhoods have a little heart to a neighborhood, and we can introduce people to those kind of hidden gems and those little pockets that make all the difference. Yeah.
One thing that urban living in Boise has meant to me that it hasn't meant in other places is that I can actually live in a quiet community in a single family home with a large yard and be within 5 minutes bike ride to the Greenbelt, which is our big bike path through town. I can be less than 10 minutes from downtown, and I can walk along a beautiful canal in my neighborhood and watch the ducks every morning. And to have urban living be so rich in those different ways is just a really different feel than living in Los Angeles and always having the hustle and bustle and having to drive for an hour when you leave the house.
Right. We compromise less, right? So you can get that urban lifestyle where you're close to lots of amenities and activities and things going on while also being close to nature, while also being in a quiet kind of residential space. So that Boise lifestyle is pretty layered. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about Boise urban. One thing that is really important to a lot of people is their lifestyle. And we spend a lot of time talking to people about how they're living life. Are they getting up in the morning, heading to the co-op to get fresh vegetables for that day and taking the kids to a park? Or are they kind of at home all day working from home? Or maybe they want to be close to Target. I don't know. People have different lifestyles and they have different priorities, and getting people into the right fit is a big part of what we do.
Very important. And I think if you're not really working with someone who's truly listening to what's important to you, you can end up buying a home 30 minutes outside of downtown Boise and 2 years later, or less than a year later, realizing, oh my gosh, we wish we were in the North End 5 minutes from downtown. And then that's a really hard transition. Selling is not an instant process. So we really want to make sure that we're listening to people and getting them into the right place from the get-go.
Yes, neighborhood is so important.
Absolutely.
Getting into the right fit for them.
So in summary, your options for an urban lifestyle in Boise can be many different things and look very different depending on who you are and what's important to you. Our job is to help introduce you to the city. Even if you already live here, let us give you a new lens and help you find exactly the right lifestyle for you.
Thanks so much for being here today for Urban Living. I'm Andrea Pettitt.
I'm Emily Shultz.
Our information is on your screen. Reach out and give us a call anytime. We're happy to help.